Hello again. Hello, hello, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Nowadays, I normally see the pastors, some of the pastors and some of the prophets. It's like nowadays they don't feel to preach. They don't feel to preach. Yes, yet a lot of people have left the gospel have left from singing the gospel. Nowadays they sing the secular. So you find a whole pastor, sorry for that, you find a whole pastor you find a whole pastor you find a whole pastor rebuking the people that have left from singing the gospel music to now they sing whatever they feel like. You find them from singing from singing the secular, from singing the gospel to now singing the secular. So you find a whole pastor 1 hour just rebuking from the people that have left the secular now to singing the gospel instead of winning more souls. Because if you see our country Kenya, for example, once you go to the rehabilitation centers, then you go see the drug dealers there. Some of them are, once you go there, some of them are really wanting to know God. They're really wanting to know God. And yet, a whole pastor, 1 hour just rebuking the people that have left. Just rebuking the people that have left from singing the gospel to now singing the secular. So, for the people that are having the calling of being a pastor, being a pastor, being a minister of the word, being a teacher of the word, being an evangelist, instead of rebuking that person, why don't you, and you got the number of that person, call that person later, and tell that person that I want you to change. But then you find a whole pastor 1 hour just rebuking that person. And then another thing that I've seen normally nowadays in the churches now, some of them you find a whole congregant like worshiping the pastor, or worshiping the bishop, or worshiping the pastor, or worshiping the bishop, or worshiping. You find them worshiping the people that as they're supposed not to worship them, but the people that are supposed to give them the word. Now, did you find them worshiping them? You find them worshiping them. That's the reason why Jesus, when he was now in the world, he did not stay with the Pharisees. But then instead he stayed and served. He stayed and served with his disciples. And that's the reason why you're going to find Apostle Paul in the 13 letters that he wrote. in the 13 letters that he wrote, in the 13 letters that he wrote, he was writing them all in the prison. He was writing them all in the prison. And I know that there's a letter of him, this his letter, that he says that don't worship the people, don't worship the men of God. Yes, in the Bible they say that we should honor the men of God, the people that have the calling. Yes, they say that. Yes, there's a verse in the Bible that says that, but then some of us nowadays we worship the people with the calling. We worship the people with the calling. We worship the people with the calling. So now, please, let's stop worshiping the people with the calling. Let's stop worshiping the people with the calling, but then we should now check their fruits. Check the souls that they have brought. Check the souls they have brought, or they're applying to get the souls. And then check every day the man with the calling, as he or she being able to get the souls, as he or she being able to get the souls. And then once, for example, you're going for ministry, for example, you're going to a crusade, or you're going to a rehabilitation center, make sure there also you're going to get lots of souls. Make sure there you're going to get lots of souls. Lots of souls. Because remember, Jesus is about to come. He's coming for the second. He's about to come. He's about to come. Remember, Jesus is about to come. So make sure you've reached. If you know you have the calling, make sure you've reached more souls. Make sure you've reached more souls. You've reached more souls. Make sure you've reached more souls, and make sure you tell your congregant that they should not be worshiping you. They should not be worshiping you. They should not be worshiping you. And then you are with the one, you as the one with the calling, instead of rebuking the people that have left from singing the gospel, now call them later and continue preaching the word of God. And continue preaching the word of God. Because also you've got there's some tests. You've got the beating of God. The beating of God that will come to you. The beating of God that will come to you. The beating of God that will come to you, you will not like it. The beating of God that will come to you, you will not like it. So thank you for listening to me. Do have yourselves a lovely day, and watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe.